The vibrant colours, the joyful music, the tantalising food. June festivals are a cultural feast. But wait, as a Christian, should you be joining in the fun? Is there something more lurking behind those cheerful celebrations? Today, on Words of Maranatha, we dive deep into the heart of the matter and unravel a question that might have been lingering in your mind. Is it a sin to attend a June festival? Have you ever wondered what the Bible says about such festivities, or how your faith aligns with these traditions? Get ready, because what we uncover might just surprise you. The June festivals, or Festas Juninas, have deep-rooted historical and cultural origins that date back to ancient Europe. Originally, these celebrations were pagan in nature, marking the summer solstice with rituals meant to ensure a bountiful harvest. These early European festivities were characterized by bonfires, feasting and dancing, which symbolized purification and the warding off of evil spirits. When these traditions were brought to Brazil by Portuguese colonizers, they underwent significant transformation and adaptation to fit the local context, blending with indigenous and African cultural elements. Over time, the June festivals in Brazil have morphed into a vibrant and unique celebration that integrates various cultural influences. One of the most notable changes was the incorporation of Catholic traditions, particularly the veneration of saints. The month of June in the Catholic calendar is dedicated to three popular saints: Saint Anthony, June 13th, Saint John, June 24th, and Saint Peter, June 29th. These saints became central figures in the festivities, and many of the rituals and customs associated with the June festivals are now closely tied to these religious observances. The transformation of the June festivals from purely pagan celebrations to ones deeply intertwined with Catholicism reflects the broader process of cultural syncretism that has shaped Brazilian society. Today, these festivals are a colorful and lively mix of religious devotion and cultural expression. They serve as a testament to the dynamic and evolving nature of cultural traditions, showcasing how ancient rituals can be reinterpreted and given new meaning in different contexts. The June festivals are a perfect example of how cultural practices can adapt and endure through centuries, maintaining their relevance and significance in contemporary society. When discussing the June festivals from a biblical and doctrinal perspective, various passages can be brought up to argue both for and against participation. Those who oppose involvement often cite verses that warn against idolatry and the mixing of religious practice, such as Exodus 23:5, which commands believers to have no other gods and to avoid making idols. They argue that the pagan origins and the inclusion of saint veneration in the June festivals may lead to practices that are inconsistent with pure Christian worship. On the other hand, supporters of participation might point to passages that emphasize the importance of cultural engagement and the celebration of life's blessings. Ecclesiastes 3:1-4, for instance, speaks of a time to rejoice and a time to dance, suggesting that celebrations can be a natural and positive part of human life. Additionally, Romans 14:5-6 highlights the concept of individual conscience in matters of observance, suggesting that what is important is the intention and faith with which one participates in such events. Different Christian denominations have varying stances on the participation in the June festivals. Some Protestant denominations, particularly those with a more conservative outlook, may discourage or outright forbid participation due to concerns about idolatry and syncretism. Conversely, the Catholic Church generally supports the festivals, viewing them as a form of cultural expression that honors the saints and fosters community spirit. This diversity of opinions underscores the importance of individual discernment and the need for believers to seek personal and spiritual guidance when deciding whether to partake in these cultural festivities. Idolatry, in its simplest definition, is the worship of idols or images as gods. It involves giving divine honor to something other than the one true God. Religious syncretism, on the other hand, refers to the blending of different religious traditions and practices into a single, cohesive system. Examples of syncretism can be seen in various cultural festivals and religious practices around the world, where elements from different faiths are combined. The question of whether participating in the June festivals constitutes idolatry or syncretism is a complex one. The festivals involve various cultural and religious elements, including the veneration of saints, which some argue borders on idolatry. However, many participants see these practices as a way to honor and remember important religious figures rather than worship them as deities. The presence of traditional dances, songs, and foods also adds a layer of cultural heritage that is celebrated alongside the religious aspects. For many Christians, the key issue is whether the religious elements of the June festivals lead to a compromise of their faith. Some believe that participating in these events can be done in a way that respects their religious convictions, by focusing on the cultural and communal aspects rather than the religious rituals that might conflict with their beliefs. This perspective emphasizes the importance of intention and discernment, suggesting that it is possible to enjoy the cultural richness of the June festivals without engaging in practices that could be seen as idolatrous or syncretic. The influence of local culture on religious practices is an inevitable reality, particularly in a diverse and culturally rich country like Brazil. The June festivals are a prime example of this interplay between cultural and religious traditions. For many people, these festivals are a way to celebrate their cultural heritage, enjoy communal activities, and participate in traditional customs that have been passed down through generations. The challenge for many Christians is finding a balance between embracing cultural traditions and maintaining spiritual purity. Some argue that it is possible to participate in the June festivals in a way that does not compromise their faith. This might involve focusing on the secular aspects of the celebrations, such as the music, dance, and food, while avoiding any religious rituals or practices that conflict with their beliefs. By doing so, they can enjoy the cultural experience without feeling that they are compromising their spiritual integrity. Examples of how Christians can navigate this balance include participating in community events that do not involve religious rituals or organizing alternative celebrations that align with their faith values. For instance, some churches might host their own June festival-themed events that incorporate traditional music and food, but exclude any elements of saint veneration or other religious practices that might be seen as problematic. This approach allows Christians to engage with their cultural heritage while staying true to their religious convictions. The June festivals hold significant importance as social and family events in many Brazilian communities. They offer a time for families and friends to come together, celebrate, and strengthen their bonds. These festivals are often marked by communal activities, such as feasting, dancing, and playing traditional games, which create a sense of unity and shared experience. For many people, the decision to participate in the June festivals is influenced by the desire to uphold family traditions and enjoy communal festivities. These events provide an opportunity to connect with loved ones, celebrate cultural heritage, and create lasting memories. The social aspect of the June festivals is a key factor that draws many participants, regardless of their religious beliefs. Reflecting on the social and familial significance of the June festivals, some Christians see participation as a way to foster community spirit and build relationships. They argue that being part of these communal celebrations does not necessarily contradict their faith, as long as they are mindful of the religious elements and choose to focus on the cultural aspects. This perspective emphasizes the importance of intention and discernment, suggesting that it is possible to enjoy the social and familial benefits of the June festivals while maintaining one's faith principles. The role of individual conscience and personal discernment is crucial when deciding whether to participate in the June festivals. Each person's faith journey is unique, and what might be acceptable for one believer may not be for another. Romans 14:5-6 emphasizes the importance of individual conviction in matters of observance, suggesting that believers should act according to their conscience and faith. Christians are encouraged to seek divine guidance and spiritual wisdom when making decisions about participation in cultural events like the June festivals. This process involves prayer, reflection, and seeking counsel from trusted spiritual leaders. By doing so, believers can make informed and conscientious decisions that align with their faith and personal convictions. Their decision to participate in the June festivals is a personal one that requires careful consideration and discernment. Christians are called to be mindful of their intentions and the impact of their actions on their faith. By seeking divine guidance and staying true to their convictions, believers can navigate the complexities of cultural celebrations while maintaining their spiritual integrity. This approach allows for a respectful and thoughtful engagement with cultural traditions, honoring both one's faith and heritage. For Christians who prefer not to participate in the traditional June festivals due to concerns about idolatry or syncretism, there are alternative ways to celebrate that align with their values and beliefs. Many churches and Christian communities organize their own events that capture the festive spirit of the June festivals while staying true to Christian principles. These alternative celebrations might include themed events such as Christian harvest festivals, which focus on gratitude and the blessings of the season. Activities can include communal feasts, traditional music and dance, and games that do not involve religious rituals. By creating their own celebrations, Christians can enjoy the cultural and social aspects of the June festivals in a way that aligns with their faith. Examples of alternative activities include organizing community service projects, hosting family gatherings, or planning church events that incorporate elements of the June festivals without compromising religious principles. These alternatives provide an opportunity for Christians to engage with their cultural heritage, build community, and celebrate in a manner that respects their faith values. By finding creative and meaningful ways to participate, Christians can honor both their cultural and spiritual traditions. And as we dive deeper into this topic, it's crucial to remember the essence of our faith. It's not just about the rituals or the traditions we follow, but about the intentions and the heart behind our actions. Are we participating in something that draws us closer to God, or is it leading us astray? Think about it for a moment. The core of Christianity is a relationship with Christ. So, let's ask ourselves, are these festivities enhancing that relationship or creating a distraction? Have you ever considered how Jesus would view these celebrations? Imagine him walking through a June festival. How would he react? Would he see it as an opportunity to spread love and joy, or would he be concerned by the potential distractions from our faith? And speaking of distractions, what about the messages and symbols present in these festivals? Do they align with our Christian values, or do they subtly steer us away from them? It's essential to discern and reflect on these aspects. Now here's a challenge for you. Next time you're faced with an invitation to a June festival or any similar event, take a moment to pray. Seek God's guidance. Ask Him if this is something that will glorify Him and strengthen your walk with Christ. Also, let's ponder on how we can transform these occasions into opportunities to share God's love. Can we incorporate our faith into these celebrations in a way that honors Him? How can we be a light in these settings, shining His truth and love? Your thoughts and experiences are incredibly valuable. Have you ever been to a June festival? How did it impact your faith? Did you find ways to honor God amidst the festivities? Share your stories and insights in the comments below. Let's create a community where we learn and grow together. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this discussion and want to delve into more topics like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're here to navigate these questions and challenges together as a family in Christ. Until next time, stay blessed and keep seeking His wisdom in all you do. Remember, it's not about the festival itself, but about how we, as Christians, choose to engage with it. How will you choose to engage?